So here's the thing. We all assume that when someone lands on your website, it's because they're ready to make a purchase. I know we make that assumption because when you get to most people's homepage, what you get is we're the best at this, or this is the product you need to buy right now. Here's the button to buy. Here's the reason to buy. And so immediately we're in sell mode. We're pitching our products. And if it's not products, we do the same thing on services, right? Right away. We're the best at doing X, Y, or Z. Click here, get more information, fill in my contact form. The reality is that when we are buyers, we don't work that way, right? I mean, I was looking for a couch, right? And when I was looking for a couch, I went to 2 or 3 different websites. Now, the first thing I'm trying to figure out is ballpark, what should a couch cost me, right? Which, in order to do that, I need to learn the language of couches because, frankly, I don't know it. I don't know if I need a sleeper sofa or if I need something that is called a sofa or if something's called a sectional. I don't know those terms. So the first thing I'm doing as I'm navigating through this, I'm jumping between 2 or 3 sites and I am getting educated about the terms so that I can finally decide what it is I really need. On top of which, I discovered that when you're buying a couch, for example, you can just about decide anything you want. I mean, sure, they show you pictures of actual couches, but then they're like, change the material, change the wood of the legs, change how the, fasteners work, and change what kind of material is inside the pillows. And you're like, oh my God, how am I supposed to figure this out? We educate ourselves. We go between 1, 2, 3 sites. Once we learn some new nomenclature or some new language, we go back to the others and we browse through that. If you had asked me at the very beginning of my journey, I couldn't have told you what I wanted or what I needed. I didn't know the language. And sometimes we need to pull back from being in pitch mode and just help educate and help people understand what's the right language. What's the language of the problem space? What's the language of the solution space? And help people understand so they can finally come back to us and tell us, I want this. I was able to determine, okay, for the upstairs loft, I want a sofa. I do not want a sectional, and I want it to be a sleeper sofa. I want to have a bed inside it. And I could articulate what I wanted out of it because I'd done enough research. Downstairs, we have a sectional. Completely different ballgame, right? But once we learned the language, we could start talking it through. The other thing I got to do as I bounced around between a couple sites is I got to figure out, ballpark, what's the range of pricing? Right? I probably don't want a $400 sofa that has a bed in it. That's not going to be a very comfortable sitting area or a comfortable sleep. But I probably don't need a $4,000 solution for guests that are going to come over for 1 or 2 nights. Right? And so, what are you looking for? Maybe you get down to $1,000 or $1,200 or $1,500 and you go, this is where I'm comfortable. But I couldn't have walked in up front and told you, this is what I need in this language. And by the way, this is what I'm willing to spend. Because I wouldn't have known if that range made any sense. More often than not, we jump into pitch mode, right? And when we do, we make the mistake of forgetting that most of the people who are interested, eager to buy, still need some level of education before they're ready to make a decision. Thanks.